everyone, it's Abdallah here bringing you guys my live reactions and a little bit of behind the scenes play-by-play for the Super Mario Maker 2 Invitational that happened prior to E3 2019. So in case you guys have not watched it, go check it out on Nintendo's channel. I'm going to be working on a full-on documentary about it, so stick around and that'll be here before you know it. But you guys are here to see the finale, so let's watch it together and I'll give you guys a little bit of insight as to what exactly was going on in my mind while I was playing it. As you guys can see over here, this is my hotel room in the Ace Hotel, which is the hotel that Nintendo flew me out to for the event. So this isn't my normal setup, but anyway, let's get this going, and I hope you guys enjoy this because I can't wait to see what this looks like. So here we go. Okay, so as you guys can see over here, this was pretty intense. This was some nice panning shots of everyone, and you guys can see me like jazzing up the entire audience. And this is the finals. Spoilers for if you guys didn't watch it. This is between myself and Jirard, the Completionist. And as you guys can see right below me over here, this is my screen. What had happened was Jirard got a 3-second head start from playing the previous mini courses, and so that's why he was able to start first. But as you guys can see over here, all these levels are completely blind. We don't even know what's ahead, so it's our first time seeing all this stuff. So all of you guys that say, oh, well, that's super easy. Yeah, it's because you're watching us do it. So keep that in mind. Anyway, so as you guys can see, we're both kind of struggling on getting past this lava, but I'm the one that makes it to this little area first where this little crane is. And you guys can see a gigantic boom boom coming on over. And in my mind, I'm like, all right, so I gotta figure out like how many squares does Mario need in order to do the full-on like walk across the empty squares. So I'm thinking, all right, maybe I need 2 squares in order to do it. Maybe that's something I should have like trained or at least tried to figure out in my head beforehand. So right now, that's exactly what I'm going to be doing right over here, is just running across them as fast as possible. And now what happens is we're going to jump over here and then boom, out of nowhere, we get trolled by the course. There was no way that we could have saw that little spiky pillar in order to get that. So now in my mind, I'm like, all right, cool. I already know how to do this entire part. It's going to be relatively easy. It's just learning and moving on accordingly. So as you guys can see, I'm just going to be running over here. Jirard is also doing the exact same thing, so he's kind of catching on, and we're both learning as soon as we can. But over here, like, I don't know if it was me, like, being a little bit excited, or if it was the controller, but I'm, like, timing a light press, and then the light press of the jump button turns into a full-on press, and then I hit myself on the spikes. So this means that I'm a little bit behind right now, because Jirard is getting a little bit more experience with the later part. And I do it again. I hit myself on the spikes the second time, which is so silly. And if you guys can see the actual video footage of me, like, I get really upset at myself because I'm like, dude, I know not to jump super high and hit those things. And then I said, you know what? I'm gonna try not to jump anymore in my mind, or at least I'm gonna jump a little bit safer in order to do that. But you don't even need to jump. So this was hard. So I'm like looking at this, and I'm like, all right, well, how in the world am I gonna do this? So I have to really go over there, get all these things, and then jump back. So I abandoned it because I thought the timing was just a little off. So I'm like, all right, so here we go. We're gonna do this. Boom. And we made it. It was so clutch that we made that one shot, because if I didn't do that right, I would have fallen straight over. So Jirard actually does it a little bit better. He goes a little bit faster, but over here, he is, he's going a little bit ahead of the little block train. And I'm like, all right, well, if I stay in the front, I should be okay. So I'm staying in the front, but the gravity and the ice physics, of course, kind of push me towards the back. And as you guys can see, Jirard is doing the exact same thing. He's totally struggling on it. And I'm like, all right, well, here, I'm just gonna stay towards the back end. That way, if I need to panic, I can move forward a little bit. So that's exactly what was going on in my head there. And I'm like, oh, going uphill, you gotta be jumping in order to go the fastest. So I just kept on doing that. And I said, oh, there's cranes over here. This is interesting. And then I noticed that there's an icicle there too. So I'm like, oh, that's interesting, because the icicles are, you know, there. So I gotta swing back and forth, and then I've gotta bait them out. So that's exactly what we did there. And then watch this epic U-turn. Yo, got it. So did the epic U-turn over there, and we're making our way up while Jirard is still over in the spiky icicles portion. Now over in this part, upon looking at it in hindsight, you can easily run across the icicles, like we've done previously, but you're gonna need a little bit of head start. So I'm like, you know what, I'm just gonna play it safe. We're really far over here. I don't want to risk falling off. I almost fall off right over there, but we make it clutch, and that's it. So I'm just gonna make my way over, and I'm like, great, springboard physics. I hate springboard physics, especially in Mario 1. So here are these little bumpers, and I'm like, all right, you know, I've messed around with bumper levels before. So we're gonna bump our way up, and then of course there's these horizontal springs, and I'm gonna like, all right, well, I don't even need to do anything other than jumping on top of them. So I'm getting the coins, we're doing that, and then now there's some springs that we have to pretty much move on through. Made a really risky jump over there with not enough momentum, but as you guys can see, Jirard finally made it past that, and now he's doing the whole swinging thing that we were at a couple like instances prior to where we're currently at. So now here's this little tornado thing, and I've never even seen this thing before, and now I'm trying to figure out like, okay, well, how do the physics work for this thing? I've never messed around with it. It's not in any Mario Maker. I obviously know that you have to slant the thing all the way over to get it at its peak, but at what point do you jump into it, and at what point of, as you rising up, do you press the jump button? So that's me in trial and error right there. And yeah, I heard that this was kind of like a last minute addition from Japanese Nintendo branch. So they just add that in there. So I'm like, you know what, let's just do it, whatever. So I ran and I did it. There's a nice little house over here, and we're gonna go to Bowser's house. And you guys can see over here that Jirard is finally making it to these springs, and now I see a checkpoint, and the checkpoint's like, alright, cool, whatever, I could die, I can explore a little bit, I don't really have anything to worry about. And I'm like, I better not die to a Goomba, I swear it. So over here I see Bowser, and I see the axe, which is right underneath him, so that means that this is the end of the level. I'm looking at the fire. I mean, this is pretty obvious if you play other Mario games, the fire is going to be randomized whatever heights. Now I jump over here and I see 3 icicles, and I'm like, okay, well, what I'm supposed to be doing is I'm supposed to be jumping on board with the icicles. I'm supposed to jump on top of that. And as I jump on top of that, I notice that they fall on him, and they're possibly going to be doing some damage. So very curious about that. Anyway, so Jirard is doing the whole tornado thing right now, and yeah, it's looking pretty interesting, while I'm getting a little bit more experience with this endgame Bowser. So I thought that what I had to do was I had to jump onto the things, and then the 3 icicles would KO Bowser. But of course, that's pretty naive considering the fact that Bowser takes, you know, upwards of 20 fireballs in order to get knocked out, and 3 icicles isn't going to do it. So I'm like, alright, cool, well, there was a little bit of RNG right there, and I got hit by a flame as I was jumping over. That was one of the high peak flames. Completely RNG based. You never knew, you couldn't do anything about it other than wait. So like, I'm getting the rhythm. Jirard is over here too, and he's now starting to learn exactly what is going on with this entire thing. So he's starting to learn it. I've already got a lot of experience, and I got my game plan of what I'm going to do. Now, up until this point, I wasn't paying attention to the physics of the icicles. And I'm thinking, okay, once the 3 icicles fall, I don't know if they respawn. I'm not really looking in the corner. If you take a peek over there, and of course, hindsight is always 20/20. If you take a look in the corner, you can kind of see it respawn, and if you paid attention throughout the other levels, you can see them respawn too. So I wasn't really taking that data into account, so I'm like, alright, I need to go off screen, and then I need to respawn the icicles really quick, and then do the exact same thing. I had a couple near misses over here, considering the fact that the Goomba could have gotten me, a low jump could have gotten me off of these spikes over here, and a random RNG fire could have gotten me as well. So there's 3 things that are like in my way right now. So nonetheless, I'm gonna keep on going at it. As you guys can see over here, it's like about 14 or so different icicles that are going to be doing that. So this is pretty crazy. So right now, I make it, and I just stand up, and I'm like, I'm ascending, man. This is what's going on. So there we have it, and as you guys can see over here, I'm done. That's it. That's what we did. So I had an awesome pop-off. I was getting really pumped up for it. The competition was amazing. Now, this is just the finals right here. There's a lot that leads up to the finals, and I can't wait to show you that video. And of course, I'm gonna have a whole bunch of different interviews from all the Super Mario Maker 2 Invitational invitees. I've got some pretty cool interviews with them, and a lot of behind the scenes stuff that I want to share with you guys. So as you guys can see right over here, this is the award ceremony. So I'm standing right up in front of everyone, same jacket. This literally happened today at the time we're recording. And then right now, they're going to bring out Mr. Tezuka-san. And Tezuka-san has been part of the whole Mario scene since before I was born. So he's a legend in the entire community of Nintendo and everything as a whole. I met him at a previous E3 when Yoshi's Woolly World was featured over there. And I got a quick picture of it. You can probably find that tweet somewhere on my timeline. But anyway, so I get a chance to see him, and he comes out with the Super Mario Maker 2 trophy. And the trophy's there, so absolutely I give him a handshake. I'm super humbled, you know, just to be over here and him presenting that. And he goes on to say, you know, things along the lines of like he really enjoyed watching us, and the levels were really outstanding, and just overall, like it just looks really good. So we got some pretty cool pictures. I can share some pictures with you guys right over here, but yeah, I'll let you guys watch this part.
Congratulations to you just again.
本当はね、上の土管から登場したかったんですけども、ちょっと危ないからどうしてもやめてほしいということで、ここから出てきました。
So I actually wanted to enter the stage from that pipe, but I was told by the staff that would be too dangerous, so they told me to stop.
素晴らしい試合でしたね。本当にどちらが勝つか分からなくて。
That was a really great final course you guys played, and I had no idea who was going to win right up until the end.
で私も日本でこのレベルを遊んでみたんですけど、全然クリアできなかったです。
So I actually played these courses myself in Japan, but I was unable to clear any of them.
制作者ですけども、このゲームのスタッフですけども、なかなかね難しいコースは苦手です。
So yeah, even for the staff of this game, these difficult courses are really tricky for us to play.
すごいスーパープレイでした。
So, but you were truly amazing. It was a super play that you put on display for us.
でこのゲームを盛り上げてくださった皆さんも拍手を送りたいと思います。このゲームを盛り上げてくださった皆さんにも拍手を送りたい。
And I also want to applaud you guys for raising such a good cheer for the entire play we saw today. Thank you. Applaud yourselves. Up here too.
このレベルは任天堂のツリーハウスのメンバーが頑張って作ってくださいました。
So these courses that you saw today were created by members of Nintendo's Treehouse.
このトーナメントのデザインもみんな彼らが考えてくださいました。
And they also thought up all the details for the tournament today.
これ皆さん遊んでみたいと思いませんか？
So would you like to give these courses a try yourself?
もうすぐこれ発売されますけども、その後、皆さんにも遊んでもらえるようにと今考えてます。
So this game is going to be coming out pretty soon, and we're thinking of a way to make sure all of you will be able to play these courses as well.
まだまだ、このステージは続きます。もっともっと盛り上がってください。
So we've still got plenty of entertainment for you. You're going to be seen on this stage. So keep up the energy, and we hope you're looking forward to it all. All right, thank you so much.
Put your hands together one more time for the producer of Super Mario Maker 2, Mr. Tezuka. And how about a round of applause for all of our participants?
Okay, well, there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. The play-by-play commentary of the finals of Super Mario Maker 2 Invitational 2019. What did you guys think? Was that epic or what? All right, like I said earlier, stick around. I've got another video coming out where we're going to give you guys all the behind the scenes and everything leading up from start to finish, and of course, a whole bunch of post content. So thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, be sure to smash that like button. Take a look at this wonderful trophy right over here. And then, of course, I don't think they showed this, but we all got some pretty cool Super Mario Maker lanyards, and this says Super Mario Maker 2 Invitational, and on the back it says, let me see if I can kind of spin that, June 8th, 2019 Los Angeles, California. It says it exactly like that. So we got the trophy right over here. This is happening. This is totally happening, and it is actually kind of cool. It's like made out of like acrylic plastic, so it's like this thin. And the backside looks like that, and it's not engraved, of course, but it says "Made in USA," copyright Nintendo on the bottom. So maybe I'll get this thing engraved. I don't know, but it's an honor. It was honestly a very high honor to be a part of the entire Super Mario Maker community and everyone on Twitch and Nintendo to be a part of this. I mean, there were only 4 people that were selected to be there among hundreds of content creators out there, and I am very humbled to be a part of it. So thanks to all of you guys who have helped make this possible, helped make me who I am. So you guys are amazing. We'll see you at the full-on video. Thanks for watching. Take care.
Killer B, the completionist, and your champion, Abdallah. That'll do it for the Super Mario Maker 2 Invitational 2019. Don't forget Super Mario Maker 2 drops June 28th, so make sure you grab that. You'll get a chance to play some of these fantastic levels. But don't go anywhere. We've got more great Nintendo competitive action just around the corner as we get set for the Splatoon 2 World Championships 2019 next here at the Theater at Ace Hotel. Close out this quarter.